You mentioned Republicans endorsing Hillary Clinton. You had Hank Paulson, George W. Bush's Secretary of Treasury, who architected the TARP bailout of Wall Street. You had Dick Armitage, who architected the Iraq War. The Wall Street bailout and the Iraq War aren't exactly assets to Bernie Sanders supporters who don't like Hillary Clinton for that very reason. It seems as if she's ideologically been all over the map, and her campaign is indicating that. She's gone very left in the primary, associating herself against trade now, obviously doing things like saying she supported the $15 minimum wage. But her record, and even her, to your point, her endorsements indicate that she really is still this kind of product of big establishment special interest. How do you reconcile that?
Well, she has a record of achievement, and she is very consistent. She is pro-America. She's pro-American people. Instead of building walls, she'll be tearing down walls for opportunity for all Americans. Her whole career, and I've worked with her for 20 years. As First Lady, she expanded health care to 8 million American children. And I was even with her in Beijing when she gave that famous speech that's still quoted today, that women's rights are human rights. She was the first major politician to speak up to the Chinese government on human rights and really transformed the way women's issues are discussed. They elevated them to a national level.
You make so many good points, but I got to push back because the viewers are going to say, when you talk about human rights, why did she take money from countries that treat women horribly, like a Saudi Arabia? When you talk about the economy, wages haven't moved in 10 years. President Obama has not seen 1 year of 3% economic growth under his watch. Most people are saying, wow, I'm worried that I'm going to lose my job, my friends are going to lose their job 10 years after the financial crisis. You look at Obamacare, that's the one issue that business managers continue to bring up. That's the reason that they're not hiring more people, because it's just too expensive. Regulation has choked businesses to the extent that they're not hiring or investing in anything. We see the business part of the economy unable to spend any new money. So when you say a record of achievement, that's just the economy. I could move on to national security as well. ISIS has gotten stronger on her watch. How is she going to differentiate herself from all of these failures?
Well, we as Democrats are proud to speak about the record of former President Clinton. I didn't even hear George Bush's name mentioned at the Republican convention. And when he left office, this country was shedding 800,000 jobs a month. His last year in office, they lost 4.5
But this is not about Bush.
Jobs.
This is about Donald Trump or Hillary Clinton.
It's about the economy.
For this
it's about the economy and policies that move this country forward for all Americans. And under President Obama, we have seen consistent job growth from that deep Republican valley to having gained 14.8 million private sector jobs. And a report that came out from Blinder at Princeton shows the economy is consistently better under Democratic presidents.
Well, because Congresswoman, he's a Democrat.
Alan Blinder. The stock market is up.
That's true.
Deficits are
but real people's wages are down.
But you have a
They've
labor
been picking up the last 2 months. And it's true. We need to do more in that area. That's why she supports raising the minimum wage.
$15 minimum wage on a national level.
And supports growing small businesses, which are the major employer for Americans in this country. But if you compare the record, her record is of solid achievement. That's why she has earned the support of Democrats, independents, Bernie Sanders. She has earned the support of many Republicans based on a record of helping people, helping our economy. She was part of the architects, and I worked with her on this, on creating the Department of Homeland Security and creating anti-terrorism units all across our country and reforming our whole system of intelligence, which is really the only way we can stop these attempts on us. We've had 16 attempts on New York since 9/11.
People don't trust her.
Since 9/11.
But voters
that we've stopped, that we've thwarted. Because of improved intelligence, primarily.
Congresswoman, but voters don't trust her. And you know her personally, but the American people don't know her personally. And they don't trust what they see. And they don't believe what she tells the American people because she's lied to them before.
Well, she has not, and she is trusted, and she will be elected president based on the merits. She's not saying, trust me, vote for me. She's saying, trust me, look at my record, look what I've done, look where we're going, and this is how we're going to do it.
How surprised are you at
President? Pardon me?
How surprised are you at how tight this race is? You've got to be just like, wow.
I got to tell you, I'm very surprised.
Yeah.
But you've got to understand that I am a Hillary friend,
Of course,
and
yeah.
fan and supporter.
We understand.
And the fact that they are so close is very surprising to me.
Yeah, it's incredible.
Roughly 40-40 and 20% undecided.
Right.
That's why I asked you about independence. Congressman, good to see you.